Welcome everyone to another episode of G&Ts with myself, Tam, and Gary, with guest Nial.
Sorry, Tom,
right there, Tam?
I didn't recognise you there, Tom. Now you're meant to be down there somewhere. I didn't recognise where your head at the actual proper level, mate. Sorry about that.
The worst thing is sat there and it says every time, keep a straight face before you click record. And as soon as you do that, even though that screen comes up for us, all I can see is Gary in the bottom corner, in the most smallest one, just like...
Smirking away still.
I've never been small, mate.
Yeah.
So, evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Oh, can I just clarify before we kick off? Does it say Tom under my picture?
Yeah.
It does, mate, but it won't on the final thing, so nobody will think you're Tom. To be fair, I don't think anyone will confuse you for Tom, but on the finished product, for fuck's sake.
So, for anyone watching...
Anyone watching this is a fucking disaster.
We've been sat here for like 20 minutes trying to get everyone in, being able to hear each other and see each other. And within a minute, Tam disappeared.
Yeah.
Well,
To be fair, I think most people in the group would rather I disappeared. Although I was told in the chat thing on Discord, leave the jokes to me, do you know what I mean, mate? Jokes.
No, it was you're the joker. You're the one with the jokes, not leave them to you.
Yeah, I'm the one with the jokes, so just leave them to the experts, mate. So what basically James was saying was, you're not funny, Tom.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
Funny.
yeah. It's a bit like when we talked about UFOs. It's like what you define as something. Like, what are you defining as a joke? Because if it's your puns that
To be fair, I think
we're
it says
struggling.
more. I think it says more about James, the fact that he thinks that I'm funny. If you think I'm funny, mate, you've got serious problems. Fucking Jesus.
He needs to get out and meet a few more people.
Yeah.
We does, bless him.
Yeah.
But anyway, we got Nial with us talking to meeting new people. Welcome, Nial. Thanks for coming on, mate.
No worries.
Have you been on this
No,
one
still-
before, Neil? I don't think you were, were you? It was
No, I've
Sutherland.
not been on Gary, I've been on with you two.
Yeah.
No, it's the way that I've pronounced your name correctly, unlike Tom.
That's you paying attention. This has
Do,
been
mate.
great.
I'll flip and change all night through it. So,
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Yeah, it's been a good answer
So-
to most things.
Just before we clicked record there, Gary came up with a great suggestion that we should do a calendar. Inclusive Darts League calendar. Then we realised that probably the only person that'll buy one is Tracy Hiscock. So,
Trace, if you want a
Tracy,
calendar, let us know.
what a calendar, let us know, Pet. We'll sort it out for you.
It'll be the only charity calendar where
You lose
when
money.
nobody cares about the charity. It won't buy it.
Look
So-
at that loss.
On that note, then, first question of the evening. Which month do you want?
Yeah.
December. I want as many layers on as possible.
Sorry,
I
Neil.
do
You're
not want the summer shot.
Sorry, Neil. You're July, mate. Unfortunate.
Definitely not the summer shot for me. Anyway, let's change that subject.
Yeah.
I said it in jest. Tam's taking it
Yeah, I'm
seriously. I
telling you,
think
mate,
he's quite up for it.
It's going out there. It's
Alright.
on the.
Next
Skin
2
of
months
the-
it'll be out.
I hope you're talking about
What's
the
that, the
calendar there, Neil. Oh.
If we just get all pictures sent to Rich, though.
Yeah.
I'm all betted.
Yeah. We're talking to you, Peter. I know you've already sent some, but send some more, mate.
Oh,
Rich.
Rich is
We've
getting his own
derailed.
calendar.
We've derailed.
Whether he wants it or not.
Again, are we still talking about the calendar?
Yeah.
The worrying thing is we've invited Nial on to talk about quite a serious subject.
I wouldn't say
And
it.
Yeah.
yeah, and we've kind of not really set the scene very well. So,
Yeah.
but yeah,
To be fair, I think I kind of broke that seriousness when I put up Slimer last week, so I don't know how serious we can get, mate, to be honest.
well, going by, I mean, we had to intervene and tell Tom to stop interviewing Nial in the group chat
Oh,
and ruining
mate.
all of the content.
I was just like, what are you doing?
I I got more than one message to say stop asking questions.
Stop, Tom. Stop.
Oh. Yeah, it's funny.
Sounds fascinating stuff. I mean, for anyone that did watch, thank you for them 2 viewers from last week.
Yeah.
We were
Gary's dad.
Gary's dad. He's one of them.
The other one.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, he was one of them. Yeah, it's just a follow-on from last week's conversation around supernatural activity.
Do you want to dive into that just now then?
Yeah, let's get involved.
I'm glad I've got my new catchphrase now, by the way, because I said it last week. Let's get jingled, Gary. Let's get jingled.
Let's get jingled.
I may actually put a wee ghost in there when it comes off.
We're also missing a jingle.
What, jingle?
It needs to end with like a little jingle.
Do it?
No, just me. Okay, moving on.
What?
Okay.
I think it just ends a bit too abrupt.
That's the
I think it
point.
needs to phase out.
It's meant to be sort of in your face. It's paranormal. It's not a friggin' picnic, mate.
Back on track. Now,
Neil, do you
Tell
want
us
to just,
everything
see
you
Neil
know.
just do a
Let's do
podcast and get
this.
rid of these two clowns? Jesus Christ.
Only a little bit more than you guys do, really. I've spent
How long have you been doing it for?
not been doing
Well,
about
done it for.
years, but I've spent about 12 years investigating paranormal for a local paranormal group.
How did you get into it, Neil?
The wife, she was interested in it, so I went along with her, and then just got roped in, joined up, and then they needed somebody to take over the website, so I ran the website for a bit in the committee, and then they needed somebody to look after the tech, so I did that. So towards the end, all I was doing was reviewing footage, setting up all the cameras, setting up recorders, and then taking all the data off and putting it on for people to review. I've not had a huge amount, like I said in the chat, I've become more sceptical the longer I've done it.
See that?
any stand out sort of moments where you've really been freaked out?
Not where I've been freaked out. There was one place I went to, like down here, is the group investigates it a lot. They used to use it as a training venue to like get people used to cameras and all that sort of thing. So they did investigations, but they also did like a whole day with an investigation at the end. And there was one in there. I've been there loads, so I knew a lot of the areas to like antagonise or anything like that. And I was sat in this one spot, which was allegedly the aggressive ghost spot, and I just sat there and just started antagonising. Can't do something. Do what you can. You're nothing. You can't do anything. Just all that sort of thing. Just trying to get a reaction. And within about 5 minutes, I came over all sick and I had to leave the building. No explanation for it. But then 5 minutes outside, I was fine again. I could go back in. But I say it could be that I just started feeling sick. So that's what I was trying to get at in the chat. I was saying with paranormal, it's so hard to prove because of it being your own interpretation of what's going on and the amount of video and audio manipulation that can be done. You've got to take a lot of it on trust.
See, that's the thing. Is obviously even if you witness it yourself, you've still got your own bias as well. As if you want to believe in something, you're more likely to think if you hear something, you see something, you're going to attribute it to this or that, rather than sort of be more skeptical. Whereas if you don't really believe in that kind of stuff, you'll just go, yeah, it was just a cat, or it was just this, or it was just that. You're more likely to believe in it if you're already that way inclined anyway.
I think Neil summed it up, put it in the chat as well. It was, for every good bit of evidence you've got half the community there then to tell you it's crap and pick holes in it and tell you why that's not right,
Yeah.
such, why that's not happened.
Yeah, it's a bit like conspiracy theories. And as soon as you're a conspiracy theorist, you're just known as the weird guy. Oh, don't listen to him. He's always got wacky ideas. I guess it's the same if you say, "Oh, I think I've seen a ghost or a spirit." Until there's a group of you that all sort of saying similar accounts, it kind of doesn't become believable.
Well, do you know, talking about that, I've never really seen or read anything where it's like a massive group has seen the same thing.
You don't
I
know.
don't know if anyone else has.
Normally, it'd be about 4 or 5 people.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. If you get I'm going to talk about UFOs, but you get this UFO phenomenons. There has been massive groups of people have all claimed they've seen the same stuff. There's a thing that happened in Wales. I can't remember the name of it. It was a school, and they all stand by that they all seen the same thing. Even to this day, they still say they've seen the same thing. It was an alien craft.
Different viewpoints as well. It wasn't just from one
Yeah,
viewpoint.
so you're
It was
going,
all across
that's a bit-
the town, unconnected
Yeah.
people.
Yep. So it's quite
Yeah, I
hard to
remember saying about that.
discount that. But whereas we go, as you say, Tom, there's not that many
And the biggest thing, like,
mass events.
maybe, I mean, I was skeptical anyway, but mediums do my head in. They really
mate.
do.
Yeah.
Wife used to love Derek Acora. And
Derek getting his airtime. Go on, Gaz.
He
Let
get
him
found
know.
out. He get found out. That
You'd
fucking
watch
idiot.
it. We went down to Plymouth Pavilions to watch one of his shows, and we left it halfway through because it was fucking awful. Then he was there channeling somebody coming through, or his medium spirit friend was telling him about someone. And there was somebody probably like 2 rows behind us, and they were there saying it's me. He's like, no, it's not you. It's like, if you're talking to somebody, if they've recently passed, at least have the courtesy to hear them out, not just instantly dismiss them and go to your stooge.
Yeah.
So that's what turned me off. But in one of the other investigations we've done, we've had 2 mediums, or not mediums, but they say they're sensitive. Started off bouncing off each other, both completely different. But a 5-minute conversation with this spirit, they were talking about exactly the same thing. And it's things like that, as you can blatantly say they're feeding off each other, not feeding off any energies.
Yeah.
Here's a question now. You might not know the answer, but do you know why they're called mediums?
It's
It'll be like because
basically
of a conduit
the
thing.
same thing as recording. So if you're recording something, what you're recording on is the medium to be
The
recorded
medium,
on.
yeah.
So they're
Oh, okay.
just
That's
the
what I would
medium
have-
between the initial sound and what's coming out, if you know what I mean.
Yep, that's what I would have thought it was, but that's what my logic would dictate. That's what it.
Yeah, I
Origins
don't have any
I-
logic, mate. I've just got to ask questions.
To be honest, for a second there, I thought you generally knew that, Gary, and you was going to surprise us all with a cracking bit of knowledge.
Let me tell you.
Yeah. Well, funny you should say that, Neil.
Yeah. No, not at all, mate. I've often thought it, thinking that's a really strange name, but now you've given the answer. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely makes sense.
And
I mean, talking of like, sorry, mate.
that's the way I've always looked at it.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. I mean, you're talking of like recording sounds and stuff. You sort of mentioned that you were setting up all the equipment and the recording stuff. What bit of equipment have you found to be, or in your belief, the most reliable bit of recording equipment?
Most reliable for actually capturing stuff would be standard voice recorder.
Okay.
Have you ever actually captured anything that you would
I was
go, right,
hoping,
that's
I've got a
strange.
load. I was going through them earlier, and you can't really make out what it says. I know what it says because it's in the description. They've set it down, and this is what it says. But you really need to have it on high volume and headset on to actually pick it out. I was hoping to send some out, so I put some through here, but I just can't get them.
It's quite
Yeah,
serious.
just
Even if you can send,
garbled.
if you can send them over to me, I've got quite a few bits of decent equipment that can sort of enhance sounds and all that.
Yeah, I can ping them across, yeah.
If you fire them over me, I'll try and get them fired up for next week. It'll be quite interesting.
To hear them.
There's some weird ones. I mean, there was a load more when I was on the web, so there was loads on the back end of the web. I'm sure you probably know, when you're in the back end of the web, you've got a server where you store everything, then you can drop it in, or you upload new stuff and it's stored on the server, and then you drop it in. But there was loads saved on the back of that, which were really good quality. But I haven't got access to them, but I have got access to a load that have been sorted.
Yeah, definitely send them over, mate. I'll have a wee swatch of
You've
them.
been in that scene quite a bit then now. One of the things that we touched on last week, which you would have heard, is around having readings from people. And my sister had one from some random person on TikTok that knew absolutely nothing about her. How would you explain how they do that? Tam sort of referred to it as a bit of a con and a bit of an art, and they're very clever people.
Mentalism.
It's all we do.
90% of it is mentalism. And there will be bits that they're either lucky or they do actually know. I'd say it's not something I've ever been privy to. I've never been sensitive. I've never picked up on anything. So I've known people who say they can, and they've been very accurate. But the best thing to go to, have a look at Darren Brown.
Yeah.
Anything there. So what Darren Brown does, he breaks it down on how he does it, and he does exactly the same thing as a medium does, and 90% of the mediums are comment.
Essentially, he makes no things of. He's a magician. That's what he is. At his core, that's what it's all. This sort of illusion. It's all getting you to give up or whatever. They can sort of manipulate the situation. And that's what I was saying last week. They're very, very good at it, and you don't realise they're doing it. That's the scary part of it.
Yeah. Yeah, you convince yourself that there's no possible way that they would know that.
Yeah.
But they've been clever enough to manipulate you without you realising.
That is interpretation as well.
Yeah.
My daughter just wants to get into tarot reading. My mother loves tarot, but it is all on her interpretation of how she feels the cards. So what she feels the cards are telling her, and she interprets that. It is all interpretation.
What about Ouija boards?
I was partial to a Ouija board when I was a whippersnapper.
Never rated them. We used to have a lot of issues with getting venues because we had a Ouija board, and just because of the stigma around it, they'll say no Ouija boards. You can come in, but you don't use a Ouija board. Or if you mention you've got a Ouija board, it's like no, instant doors closed. We're not entertaining you.
The thing is, essentially, it's a kid's toy. That's basically what it is.
Yeah, it is. What they used to use instead was glass. You see it almost haunted, glass divination. But it's so easy to manipulate without looking like you're manipulating.
Yeah, see, when you watch the stuff like that, you shy.
Yeah.
Someone's doing that.
The problem you've got is there's no way to prove that they are. So this is good, yes.
Yeah,
it's too easy to do.
He got kicked off of Most Haunted for doing research behind the background.
Well, yeah, because that was the thing, wasn't it? Because it was
somebody had said something that was false, and he heard them saying it, and then he repeated it on the show.
Kieran O'Keefe, who actually ended up taking over from Derek Okora, but he implanted a name into the Giles history, and it was an acronym of Derek Baker.
Yeah,
I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, I knew it was something.
That was the one.
So I always thought he was far-fetched anyway, because of the way he'd march around the room pretending to be Colonel Sanders,
Yeah, I think that the way the show, Yvette Fielding, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The blonde presenter. It was quite clever casting, because she was easily spooked, wasn't she?
Yeah.
And it made it more believable that as soon as one noise went off, she would scream and run out the room. And it was really dramatised.
Yeah.
I think if it was just him on his own, you'd just think, absolute tit.
If you go to a paranormal investigation expecting Most Haunted, you'll be very disappointed.
Yeah.
Did
they not do a live one of that, and it just was an absolute disaster? It was hilarious.
They did no end of live ones, didn't they?
It was a big one. It was years ago. I don't even know if you'd have been born at that time, Tom, to be honest.
I was around for Most Haunted.
No, this was a long time ago. They done it live on Channel 4 or something. It was long time ago. And it was just, you were just watching it going, what the fuck am I watching here? It was nothing on it. Absolutely nothing. It was ridiculous.
Most of the action they got on there was people not watching the webcams and going, yeah, got seen something here.
Yeah.
That's it.
Was it like an orb, wasn't it? Is that what it's called? Like the little white speck or something?
I don't even think there was anything on it, mate. It was literally nothing. It's on these TV's most embarrassing moments and all that. That guaranteed that pops up.
Yeah, because
it was so bad.
The way it kind of works is they'd have the website and then you'd get hundreds of thousands of people watching this one little camera of a dining room. And then you got like hundreds of them all seeing something different at the same time. And that goes to the point of it's what you want to see. You're not all going to see the same.
Yeah.
My life as a tech manager was sat there watching a CCTV screen.
Yeah.
4 cameras just scanning through them.
And see, and there you go. That's the thing. That's all people are going to see or not see is what. So obviously you tell them if you caught anything or whatnot, but then that's down to your view on it.
Yeah, so as the group is one of the better ones around because they go in with the mindset for evidence. They want to disprove everything.
Yeah.
So they're not instantly to the heating. Oh, I've got tingly skin. Right, where's your EMF? Where's your Wi-Fi hub? Where's your mains electric?
Yeah.
90% of what you'll see in most house hauntings is just EMF radiation from places or rattly pipes, creaky floorboards.
But I think, as you're saying, I think that is the way you have to go into these situations. You have to go in with a sceptical mind. I'm not saying a closed mind, but you have to go in saying, right, convince me. You have to convince me. I mean, that's... Yeah. We were talking last week, Tom, about the mediums. That's how I would go in. I would go in and go, like, convince me.
Yeah, because that's the way you got to look. It's like, you're not going in for it to be proved that... Am I going to word this?
In English.
I've just seen the little cogs turning.
Yeah.
They are very little cogs.
Calendar.
Mr. November here.
Yeah.
Skip on what I was going to say because it's gone.
Yeah.
Thanks, sorry.
Thanks for completely derailing that conversation.
I've completely killed it. I'm sorry.
No, you say you got into it through. You say your wife?
Yeah.
Is there anything that in particular that got her into looking into it, or just something that she's always been interested in?
I think it was just something I've always had an interest as well. But I'm sure it's something she was always interested in. She went along to one before she moved away with the same group. When she moved back down, we got together. It was like, let's go and do that as something to do. There's difference going to the pub and getting hammered on Saturday night.
And I mean, that's it. That's the thing as well, isn't it? I think it is just something that's good just to have something to do. It's like darts. So for me, a big part of it is something to do. I'm certainly not that good at it, so I don't do it for the personal fulfillment.
Tom, you seem very interested. Have you had any experiences?
Yes.
God, do a minute, I get a pillow.
So, and covered this in one of the other ones. I can't. So I am convinced that I see my granddad.
Yeah.
When I was younger, and then I can't say if it is or isn't. But since then, I've been fascinated by it. I don't know if you heard the story that I told of my younger brother. So when he was very young, and obviously my grandparents died even before I was born. So I'd never met him. He'd have had no chance. And we never had any pictures of him. And then they found a picture of him and they put it in a frame and put it on the mantelpiece. And then that's when he turned around and said, that's my friend, that's who I talk to. It was a bit creepy. As in, like, because then I'm convinced I've seen him. I remember my mum saying before that she's thinking that she's seen him in the house. And then obviously that's come out. It's a bit, I don't know. I'd like to think I have had the experience. I can't explain it. I can't say it's something out the corner of my eye.
That's where the belief thing comes in, isn't it?
Yeah.
And not from what I've seen, most of the belief is people wanting comfort in what they've seen. So people going in and going, "Oh no, you didn't see that. That's what this was. It was a shadow in the corner with the light coming through, and ripples on the wall is bringing up that face." You and washing any comfort that person's got from it.
I mean, because that's the thing. It goes both ways. As you're saying, it's sort of, if you want to believe that is a thing, then you'll see it from that side. But if you're the polar opposite, you'll you'll dismiss everything that you see. And there's got to be a sort of middle ground. And
yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
I don't think you can't believe everything that you see, because, like Niall said, 90% of it is explainable.
Yeah.
But, you know,
I saw something on Facebook the other day which is so relatable, and you think it kind of fits into this topic of what your mind wants you to believe. And it said, "My most irrational fear as a child." And it was a picture of a kid swimming in a swimming pool, and then like a big great white shark underneath them. And you think, "Oh my God, I remember that." Like jumping into the diving pool thinking, "Shit, there's a shark in there." But if you tell yourself that there is, you'll utterly be convinced. A bit like when you have to go downstairs and turn the light off and it's pitch black as a kid, and you run up the stairs because you think the boogeyman's in there.
Yeah. Try being a kid when Jaws came out.
No, I'm talking when I was like 2, 3. Apparently, I would sit awake in the room and just be talking, and I would sleep. Don't know what time of day it was, but I'd be in the dark talking away, and I would only go to sleep once Mum or Dad had turned around and said, "Right, leave him alone now. Go to sleep. It's time for him to go to sleep." And then once that, I'll go to sleep. I can't remember any of that.
I see. Stuff like that, though, isn't it? It's like,
I've had 2 unexplainable experiences. And one was, again, I've always been interested in the paranormal. Was primary school. I was doing one of the school projects, and I was doing it on ghosts. So I was going around all the haunted areas, taking photos, all that sort of thing. Have you heard of Bury Conroy Castle?
I say, I have.
It is up in like the top 20 haunted places in the UK. So if you Google it, it'll come up.
Is that down your way now?
Yeah, it's probably about 10 miles from me.
Oh, okay.
And so doing that last, I had loads of photos, took the camera down, took 3 cameras. Every single camera broke on the way down to their thing. So when we got to the car park, none of the cameras would work. Managed to get one working. I was going around taking photos, and there's one area which I think is the Grey Lady's cell. So the ghost of the Grey Lady's up there. Apparently the cell's where she died. And the story behind that is her sister imprisoned her down there because her lover got her pregnant. Locked her in the cell, starved her to death. Or something along those lines. But I got to the top of the stairs of that cell and I froze. I could not take a further step. So from that, carried on, went up the turret, and as I was on there, I was leaning over the edge, and so I had Mum's hand on back, chatting away to her, and I looked down, and Mum was right at the bottom. And so just as soon as I saw her, that hand disappeared from her back.
Yeah, that's weird.
And then from that, I went back down, and I could go down in that cell. I didn't freeze at the top. Really weird. Cannot explain it. Now, whether that's just 8, 9-year-olds' imagination.
You see, that's the thing. It goes back to we're talking about as adults. You go, but if you're a kid, you don't get all that sort of stuff. So that's
just take it. Point blank.
It just makes you sort of question, what the hell is that all about? That's super strange.
And that is why they say kids are more susceptible. Same with poltergeist activity is generally centered around adolescents, and normally adolescent girls.
Yeah.
for choice.
Didn't mean to start laughing.
Jesus, wet.
That. Just as we're talking about kids and what you think as a kid, Tom's burping in the background.
Yeah.
At least it's rest this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is true.
The other
Flashbacks.
unexplained experience I had was the last investigation my wife did. And we were in a honeymoon suite of a castle. So we're investigating, especially the most wanted room in the castle. And doing your calling out, doing the EVPs as standard. And literally heard that black footsteps on wood come down the side of the bed, in between me and her. She's up and gone. Not CCTV flying. So I've not followed her. I've gone straight back to where it started and tried to recreate it. It was a carpet floor. So I could not recreate that sound. That's the only other unexplainable experience I've had.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's similar to a story that my dad had, which made him believe. It was when he stayed at my auntie's house, which was well known within the family as being heavily haunted. And he was like, yeah, I don't believe in any of that. It's a load of rubbish. And he stayed down there with my mum one night in the guest room. And he was laying in bed and he could hear the sound of footsteps across a wooden floor. And he said what can only be described as the sound of like metal chains being dragged behind it. And he said it was really weird because there's like footsteps with a metal clicking and dragging. And he laid in bed absolutely terrified, didn't want to get out, thought, no, just stay here. And then in the morning, my nan allegedly said to him, oh, you were restless last night. I heard you up and about. And he said, no, it wasn't me. He said, but I heard it as well. And that's what made him absolutely terrified. And there's so many different stories from that house. I think I touched on it the other week that in the end, the house got demolished. It was in a place called Petworth, if you've heard of it.
No.
Yeah, but the house ended up getting demolished because of the activity that was reported from it. And yeah, it's mental to think that nothing could be proved, but they went as far as demolishing the property. And that's what I can't get my head round, which is why I would never be completely closed off to it.
Yes, I'm not closed off to it because of the experiences I have had. But again, from probably 10 years of investigating to have 3 experiences and a handful of EVPs is what I...
Well, I feel a exclusive Darts League ghost hunt on the horizon.
Yep.
Calendars, ghost hunts. What can't we do?
Hit
So if you want
320s in a row. Not all of us. Neil seems to be pretty good at it.
Woodchester Mansion would be a good place for that. So it's big enough.
What was that, mate?
Winchester.
Woodchester.
Or Woodchester.
Yeah, it's in Hampshire.
Maybe not. It'd be good. It would be a good laugh to try it, actually.
It's a Gothic castle that was abandoned halfway through building, allegedly down to demonic worship, and I think they just ran out of money. But it's just eerie how all the tools were left. So 1800s, your tools were your life. But say there were their shoes, all sorts, just tools gone.
See, even when it's like, you know, you get like the demonic group site that do like that stuff. If I was to go somewhere like that, I'd still arm myself up, even though I'm not like. I'd have like crucifixes on me, holy water. I'll be fully prepared, so I'm not going to get any kind of attachment.
You religious?
Sorry, you've got a big Gasby, mate. You'll be fine.
I'll be scared in the corner, mate.
You'll be running over the top, everybody.
So tell me what you see, Tom. Tell me what you see. Report it back. Yeah.
But
I love it though.
It's a strange thing. It's a very subjective thing. I think it's how you view whatever it is that you've seen or stuff like
Sorry.
I think that's Tom. Are you with us? Oh, yeah.
Let's have this
Um,
lounge.
I think Neil sort of hit the nail on the head, and you sort of touched on it last week, Tam, that with my sister's breeding, I think it's what I want to believe.
Yeah.
Is having that comfort of that's my nan coming through. Which the more you think about it, the more you think you absolute arseholes. You're playing with people's like emotions.
Right.
But the thing is, as well, Gary, is if it makes you or your sister feel better, then is there really any harm in it? It's different if they're trying to get money out of you in other ways, not just the money you're spending, obviously. Like, is there any harm actually in it if it brings someone comfort? Who knows?
Yeah, I guess that's one way to look at it. Fascinating stuff, though. What is the most haunted place that you think you went to in that time, then?
Oh, probably the one that had most activity was an old tin mine in Cornwall.
Okay.
It's off the beaten track. It's not registered anywhere. It's just someone that a friend of a friend of a friend knew, so managed to get the group in. And we had all sorts of activity there once we'd shut all the cameras and everything off. So we had almost nothing through the night. And again, that's somewhere where I could have had an experience. We used to put glow sticks down to obviously mark hazards in the dark, so all your lights are off, you don't want to be tripping over them. I was went round outside, picked them all up. And so this is about 3 o'clock in the morning. Somebody walking their dog down the path. I was like, evening. Had an evening back, no problem. Went in. And as they were going through stuff that has happened there in the past, so you have a debrief at the end, you go through what each team's found and then known hauntings that have happened there. The man with the dog walking down that path is one of them. So it could have been just a man with a dog, or it could have been an experience. It's one of those. Again, I'm not a believer in all the energies, but they do a close down at the end. So you open yourself up to the spirits, you close yourself down at the end so you don't take any attachments home. And while we're doing that, there were bangs and all sorts going around upstairs, stuff being dragged around. There's doors being slammed in the toilets. There's nobody else. The only people in there were us in this main hall. So that was unexplained. We couldn't find out why. I was outside having a smoke, and there was hands being slammed against the window upstairs. Again, nobody up there. But blatant, you could hear just like the slap of hand on glass. That's what we've had the most activity, but none of it was recorded because it was all afterwards once we were setting up to go out.
My heart is actually starting to race just listening to that. I couldn't even imagine what that would have been like actually being there.
Me and two others was like, right, get the keys, straight back upstairs. And nothing moved. It was all as it should be. Really weird.
Yes, I think that's where we'd have a different approach. Yeah.
Go.
See, I'm too nosy to run away. I'm like you, Neil. I would have to go and see, right, what the hell was that?
And at the end of the day, what is a spirit going to do to you?
She's at it.
Makes you come.
Oh, Jesus. There's Tom trying to actually think of what it will do to you.
It's not going to attack you with a dagger in the dark, is it?
Sorry. No.
I've seen the film Ghost. You never know what can happen.
If you want to get on, do some pottery when you hear that sort of thing, you carry on.
But see, you say that and you go...
And he's saying that to the two of you.
That's it.
Yeah.
Sorted.
But that could be Mark.
Quickly go back to that before we move on and whatnot. You just said, what will a spirit do to you? What's the worst it can do?
Yeah.
It's not going to... But see, you believe it could have potentially made you feel sick.
Yeah, possibly.
So, in that thing, it could have the potential to bring on... I've seen stories where they say it can bring on heart attacks and...
Well, it could do, but you could also be susceptible to a heart attack, and the adrenaline rush of hearing something is what sets it off.
Yeah.
That is...
So, I'll take my chances in the woods.
Fair enough. Just be careful.
got visions of us all on the ghost hunt and me and Tom running, going, out with a little torch in the woods.
Yeah.
Legging it for the bus.
Dora the Explorer bag on your back.
You Google Woodchester Mansion, and I mean, even just a look at the place, driving down to it, it's so impressive because it's got like a 1.5 mile long drive. It's all overcut like trees over the road. Then it opens out and you drive around the corner and just see this huge Gothic mansion. It's like, yeah, this is haunted. And
Was it just
it's just the way it looks.
so Woodchester Mansion? Did you say?
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it up so that everyone can.
Yeah. Right,
Tom's going to put a picture of it up so we can sleep tonight.
That's how I roll, mate.
Let's
quick question now.
Mansions in the UK.
I'd be interested to see that. Yeah, I was going to say, Neil, was that throughout this, you've shared your experiences, but also given quite a realistic rationale behind what you think you've seen and heard.
Yeah.
Which almost steers towards it's your own mind.
I believe it.
What's your wife's stance? What's your wife's stance on it with all of her stuff?
Very similar, and she's more on the spiritual side of it.
Oh, okay.
So it's like a spiritual medium. She's more into that, and she believes that slightly more. Not so much that seeing Derek Cora.
Yeah.
That side of it is what she's much more interested in. And one of her biggest things she told me about is a picture she saw. Is her ex's nan, just before her nan died. They took a photo of her in her bed, and she sat up smiling at the camera, and there's a mirror next to her. So obviously, if you're looking there, and the camera's there, or the mirror's there, the reflection will be looking away because you're looking away, but the reflection in the mirror was looking at the camera as well.
Yeah.
She said that's the most compelling evidence she's ever seen of it, but she wasn't allowed to take it. She wanted to take a picture, but she wasn't allowed.
So frustrating, isn't it? Because that's where these accounts come from, is where the most giving bit of evidence is never there, is it? It's a bit like the fisherman's tale of the one that got away.
And have you seen the CCTV video of what's allegedly Henry VIII's Hampton Court?
No.
Look on YouTube for it. It's a white figure that slams open fire escape and then pulls it shut and disappears.
Well,
Is that there?
oh, mate. Look at that place.
Imagine driving down to that, all you can see is trees, and then you come around the corner and that's what you see.
Yeah.
Building.
I'm not going to lie, I've done literally the same as Tam here and had a quick Google of it. You couldn't have picked a creepier photo, Tam.
I'm not being funny, mate, but I actually was looking for the creepiest picture I could get. There was one that was creepier than that, but it was actually quite small, so I thought it's not got the same impact.
Yeah, Gary, don't worry, there's quite a lot of pleasant looking of it where it looks like quite a nice building.
Have they got a bar?
Yeah.
It's completely unfinished. There's residence accommodation, so there's a caretaker that lives there permanently. And that's the only place that's got running water and electric. There is plugs around in a couple of rooms. But I think near one of the windows, there's a section where the floor hasn't been done. So you at the top, you look through a door and straight to the floor.
Yeah, it's not ideal.
That's right. First, that's a fall, Gary. That's a little step for you.
That'd be like base jumping for you. Oh, mate, I could not go around that place, I don't think.
I would love it, mate. I think we need to do it. Whereabouts is that?
It's in Hampshire somewhere. And so it's about 2.5 hours, 3 hours from me. So it's,
Well, it's 4 hours from me then, maybe.
no, probably about 6 from you because it's along the south coast.
Well, I guess it's a way down, mate. Right.
Be a dream for me.
Yeah. Or a
There we
nightmare,
go.
or a nightmare, mate.
Shame on the only one that doesn't want to fucking go.
There we go,
I
guys.
love
Look out
that.
in the future for the inclusive
Ghost hunters.
Ghost hunters.
Let's see if we can actually get Gary to shit himself.
Oh, mate. It'll not be good.
Have you got?
It'll not be good.
Probably speak to the group and see if they would hold one.
I would do it, mate. I would happily do it.
So I've always wanted to go on one, and I've always had like a fear, or I don't know, something that stops me from doing it.
We'll
Well,
hold
I'd love-
hands, Tom.
There's nothing to be scared about with it.
Yeah, you say that, but there's, all I can imagine is sitting there and it's like a marble rolling in front of me on like in the dark. And at that point,
That would be
I'm either A, jumping out of a window, B, shitting myself, or C, both.
And if you're with a good group, they wouldn't let you do either of that and then investigate where that marble came from.
Although video you
And
and
there's just
laugh.
Tam sat there with a bunch of them playing marbles with himself. Sorry.
Thomas!
Oh,
I mean,
no.
Brilliant.
That's the thing. Don't get me wrong. I would. There's certain things that obviously I don't care who you are. If there's certain things that would freak you out, but it would need to be a lot before I would start the sort of super freak out stuff.
Well,
There's another unexplained thing. Have you... So, if you're interested in paranormal, did you ever watch the fucking Fulfords on Channel 4?
The what?
The fucking Fulfords. It was a documentary on the Fulford family. It was on Channel 4 for, I think it was about 6 episodes.
No, I've not even heard of that one, mate.
No, never heard
No,
of it.
it's basically about the full family. I think they're one of the only families that still have their mansion. So it's their family mansion. They've still got it. It's not been converted into flats or anything like that. It's still owned by them. It's not like English heritage or anything like that. And they try and raise money. So they got a load of money from Channel 4 to run a documentary on them. But we've done investigations at their house, their place as well. And there were always X amount of money for so many rooms. You never went into there. It was always the not abandoned part, but not part that they live in, really. Room, grand staircase, dining room, that sort of thing. And in the old kitchen, the last time I went there was the price reduced the amount of time and rooms we had. So there was 3 of us as a committee there slagging off the family. The broom just went bang right behind us. I'm sure I've got the video somewhere. If I can find that, I'll send it to you. But the way one of the girls jumps is fucking hilarious.
yeah, that'd have been me.
Again, it
Screaming in my little dress.
might just fallen over, but it's just a coincidence that while we're slagging off the family, you hear this bang, broom hitting the floor.
Yeah.
That's at the time where, like, flight or fight, and I'll just start swinging. Whoever's in the way.
Just
Yeah.
windmilling. Do you know who I am?
You want some?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
But no, that was
I
brilliant.
found that fascinating.
Def-
Thank you so much, Niall. I really
No,
appreciate it.
Definitely need to get you on again, mate. We'll do another one of these. It's quite good that getting someone else's point of view and perspective.
I'll see if I can
Obviously.
dig out some of the footage I've got as well.
100%.
brilliant.
Yeah.
If you send me that over, I've got a lot of fairly advanced sort of software that can.
So I'll
sort
send
of
it
pick
across
out
here. It'll have
noise.
what's thought to be said there.
Yep.
But if you keep that to yourself, just
Yeah, that's what I'll do, mate.
they come up
And I'll
with.
sort of, I'll tidy it up and get rid of the odd background noise and enhance whatever's there.
Oh, new segment next week, Gary. Guess what the ghost says?
I'll save it.
Gary's not here.
Yeah,
Gary's,
Gary's done a runner.
Gary's left the chat.
We'll do it the next time. We'll get you on again, Neil, and we'll do it the next time. And see
Yeah,
if the
sure.
boys can hear it. It'd be great,
Brilliant.
interesting to do it again.
Thanks so much, mate. That's
It's
awesome.
all right. Been a pleasure as always.
So have you
Look forward to next week's.
got a quiz, Tom?
Are you wanting to do it?
Well,
Sorry, that
when-
segment that ran off way longer than what we normally go. I didn't know if bedtimes or nap.
It's because normally we hit record and we've got no content and we wing it. This week.
Well, actually, get someone that can talk sense.
Well, fucking hell, we've actually done 50 minutes of conversation.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, hold on a minute. Someone's actually talking sense for a change.
that's not the only.
But yeah,
Clear that from me.
Yeah.
It's normally just about 50 minutes of taking the piss out of Tom, mate, up till now.
Yeah.
Sorry for ruining it.
There's still
That
time.
normally,
We're still
that
taking
normally kicks in once the quiz
Quiz,
starts.
once a-
That's when
once a quiz.
That's when the piss taking starts.
Do I get my jingle?
Fucking Jesus. Do you want me to do the quiz for you as well? I've not got a jingle for you, ever. I need to upload it. What one's this one? Oh no, I have got one for this one. I'll take that back, mate. Give me a sec to find it. Fucking hell, where is it? Hang on, I deleted it. Give me a sec, boys.
Deleted it.
There's no jingle. We just pretend.
I'll put a jingle in, mate. We'll kid on the jingles. Here we go. Wait a minute. Sorry. I've got it here. Ready, boys? Here we go.
It's going to be a weekly roundup night. Bloody. So yeah, quiz segment time.
So who's played who? Do you know
We'll
what?
just go 5 across each.
Yeah. Let's do that, mate. I'll
So prepared I am. It's just like
questions.
Neil's joining in. Sweet. I've got an extra 5 there
Yeah.
that I can throw in.
I've got my pound-lined question book here at my fingertips.
Riddles for 5-year.
It's still a bit too challenging for me.
Uh,
Who'd like to go first?
Guests first.
guess first, mate. Yeah.
Got him.
Guess first. So, Neil, question 1. What river runs through Paris?
The same. I'm on the same.
We got stiff competition there.
Is that you? You're bowing out now? You're going out in a high?
I've got the same amount as my specialist subject.
Who's going next?
Give it, mate. I'll take it.
Sam. In Harry Potter, what animal represents Hufflepuff House?
A griffin. No, it's Gryffindor. Fucking hell. What a fucking clown.
Like shit. Take 2.
Am I allowed another answer?
No, you're not allowed another answer.
What?
You said Griffins. We've lost Gary.
I'm back. Is it mine for the still?
Fought for it.
Dolphin.
A fucking dolphin. Is it Billy Ocean?
Puffer fish.
Dean, any ideas?
No.
The answer is a beaver. A badger.
Get the answer right.
I mean,
Sorry,
but
beaver on the brain
to
there.
be fair,
To be
if I had
fair.
to go into a class, I'd want to go into the beaver class.
Definitely. Sign me up.
No, it is it's a badger.
Yeah. Not the fucking griffin.
Well, I'm gone.
Gary,
Well,
question 1. Who won?
it's not even gone.
How many valves does the heart have?
I know
4.
this. Yeah.
4. Correct. Gary got his first one right. That's a rarity as well.
Well, my nephew had to have one of them replaced when he was 13, so if I got that wrong, I would have been in the doghouse.
Moving on swiftly.
Way to keep it light, Gary.
That's lucky to have seen Tom's face drop.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just like-
Yeah, go on. Say a joke about that, Tom.
moving on.
Yeah. Hold on a minute. I'm the Joker here.
Neil, what year was Marmite invented?
Good question. No idea. Go for guess 38.
Invented is a bit of a strong word. Created, maybe.
This is true.
It's not a fucking invention, is it?
Natural extract, isn't it?
Can I get my... Have I go for an answer for the steal?
I don't know. If you carry on like this, I'm going to stop you from stealing.
It's not going to do a quiz again.
Hey!
I've not said that yet.
Yeah. I'm going to say 1898.
Gary?
1869.
Yeah.
Sure, I am so tempted to give Tam a point for that.
Is it 1888?
No, 1902.
Nah, I'm fucking miles around it.
Question, my guess was.
4 years old.
How many did I say?
1898.
Huh?
Do you know what? Forget it.
I don't want to point it. I want to win on merit, not be fucking charity.
All right, sorry.
Take your charity and shove it up your ass.
Who are we on now?
I wouldn't want Marmite out there.
No. Yeah, it's bad enough coming out. Never mind getting up. It's myself, mate.
So Tam, what is the capital of Iceland?
Is it Reykjavik?
I'm so glad you got that right. There's no way I was going to have a go at pronouncing that.
Please try.
Even though I've just said it. Try it again, Tom.
Gary, question 2.
I reckon he still wouldn't be able to.
I think it's actually
Come on,
pronounced
Tom.
Reykjavik, isn't it? It's actually Reykjavik, I think it's pronounced, but close enough.
Gary, question 2. What type of nut is in the centre of a Ferrero Rocher? Rocher? I'm just doing it again.
Holy fuck.
I'm not doing the quiz again.
Not perform under pressure.
Oh, mate.
Ferrero Rocher.
No, Liz says the exact same thing.
Right. It's not even under pressure, he just doesn't perform well.
Is it hazelnut?
Yeah,
It is.
it is hazelnut. Neil, question
2 from
3.
2, that is.
I hope someone's keeping score because I'm not.
Yeah, I'm 4-0 up, mate. So.
Neil, what is a baby rabbit called?
I know this, and I can't fucking think of it.
Yeah, I'm the same, mate. I'm sure I know that as well. Somewhere in the back of my mind.
Gary, the answer's not Peter.
Or Bumper.
That's quite good for you.
My face hurts.
You only said that because that's the one word you could pronounce, Peter.
Yeah.
Any ideas? Anyone?
I was going to say it's Peter's
Mummy.
question, but it's Neil's question, is it not?
Yeah, I ain't got a clue.
Is it a pup?
No.
I don't think. I'm trying to think what it
I
is.
think that's a dog.
Yeah, fucking know that.
I would say a kitten, but
Oh, you're close.
Kitty.
It's just a kit.
Fucking Knight Rider.
Oh,
I need to stop using 80s references in front of you two.
I know Night Rider.
I'm sorry,
it'll
man.
be a bit hassle off.
Can't hassle the half.
It's another calendar link, that is.
Nice.
so, Tam, question 3.
Go for it, mate.
How many teeth does an adult human have?
32. Is it?
Yeah.
Obviously, heard that
Not
somewhere.
where I live. It's about 7.
Yeah. Come up to Glasgow, it's what the fuck are teeth?
Gary, question 3. How many eggs does the average chicken lay per year?
Ooh. 24.
Need more than that.
Where are you going for, Neil?
I would say about 500.
I think you've overshot there, mate. I think 120 I'm going to go for.
260.
Somewhere in the middle.
24. Where did you get 24
I
from?
fucking God.
Let's go.
Yeah. They shit that out after a curry, mate. Know what I mean? Fucking in a year.
Neil, question 4. What is a group of lions called?
Right. I know that one.
Yeah.
I won 2. I beat my last score. No, I'm happy.
Tom, I think even you know that one, mate. So,
I probably would have still been sat here like, not a clue.
what?
That's pressure
Simba.
question.
Second question 4. How many legs does a lobster have?
Yeah, man.
He's got one in his tank that he's about to count.
It's going to either be 6 or 8. I'm going for 6.
You're 10, isn't it?
Gary, any ideas?
4.
10.
Yeah, done, Neil. Fucking hell, Neil's on a roll.
Same as
Your-
crabs.
Your specialist subject should be...
Lobsters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this Tom puts out.
What am I getting?
You know.
It's you're Tom. You're just Tom. That's what you're there for, mate, is to get crap.
Very defensive.
I am about this close to just walking away.
Ooh, do you reckon we could get that?
Yeah. See, if it wasn't for his sore arse, he would have left ages
I
ago.
know.
So, is it Gary's turn now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which bird can fly backwards?
There's a
Like this
young
one,
bird that stays down the road for me that can do it. But, oh, right, sorry, a flying bird.
Mate, I have no idea. No idea, mate.
Neil's confident with this, so
I'm
tell
pretty
me.
sure I know it.
I think it's a hummingbird.
Neil.
Hummingbird.
It is a hummingbird.
How stupid do you feel, Gary?
I'm alright, mate. I'm
Just my
I'm
normal.
at pace with it.
Yeah, just my normal. Expect nothing less.
So, last question for you, Neil. I think we're at 5.
Yeah.
Who was the only British... I've done it.
We've only waited three episodes to get another British.
Prime Minister to be assassinated.
Surely you mean assassinated, Miss Moneypenny?
No idea.
Oh,
Any ideas?
I don't even know what the question is, mate. I'm just still laughing. It's fucking assassinated and British. But I'm assuming it's not Sean Connery. Think me Peel, the wee guy Peel. Think me the younger.
Spencer Percival.
What, do I not get a chance still?
He was just about to say that, Tom. So you're
I
out
was
of order.
literally just about to say
You're
that.
a buy order, mate.
I'm sorry for taking that point away from you.
Yeah.
That's 2 weeks in a row you've
I know,
done
mate.
that. You've denied me a point scoring opportunity.
Is that not a river in Egypt? The Nial? I have used that joke before.
Right,
Don't worry,
okay.
is I'm just going to keep
Tom,
using it.
question 5. Who was Henry VIII's last wife?
Catherine Parr.
Then
I sound as if I was really confident with that one. That was the only one I could remember, if I'm being honest.
Anna Cleves, isn't it?
Yeah, and then it was Catherine the Barrigan. Yeah,
you got it right.
I know, I'm just saying. I couldn't
I
remember.
thought-
That was the only one I could remember.
Trying to remember the others.
Yeah, for absolutely no reason.
Trying to remember. Oh, okay. Gary, last question.
Thank fuck.
In what year was the Chernobyl disaster?
But what disaster?
Chernobyl.
Be downstairs.
Novel?
On
Chernobyl.
Novel?
I said that
Are
correct.
you referring to the nuclear reactor?
Yeah.
And
Novel?
what was it called?
Chernobyl.
Ah! Oh, Tom! See you again, mate. See you again.
Off.
Oh, see you again. This is going fucking viral on TikTok, mate. What was it called again, Tom?
One of you could do the quiz next week.
Oh.
I can't. I need to make sure I'm answering the
Jesus.
correct question because I don't want to answer the wrong disaster.
Wait,
What was it?
Chernobyl? Chernobyl?
That's how I said it when it's Chernobyl. Chernobyl.
Oh no. Oh god. Oh, I'm starting to see stars now. Sorry, boys. Oh.
Any idea, Gary? Let's move this on.
I'm still trying to work out what disaster it was. Chernobyl.
Chernobyl.
Oh wow. Do you know the most annoying thing about it is I've watched so many programs on it, and now I just cannot think of the year.
Do you know what? I can't even
God.
remember what the question is now. I mean, what year?
The only thing I can remember about it is
One last
50 million people used to live here. Call of Duty 4.
Where was that
like
based?
it.
Was that
Good link.
Chernobyl?
Yeah.
Chernobyl? Chernobyl?
Chernobyl?
Oh, Tommy nearly
You
had it
really
then.
had it there, mate.
Is that how you say it?
You're still fucking miles away, but you
Novel.
Chernobyl.
Chernobyl.
Chernobyl. No fucking
Chernobyl.
share. It's not. If I could turn back time. It's not fucking share. It's just Chernobyl. Jesus.
Chernobyl.
Yeah.
Tom.
Well done. We got there. 1984.
Oh, that's going to be close, mate.
It's close. It's not right.
It's 86.
Lingerie shop stuff. I think it's 85.
Neil, 86.
Yeah.
Oh,
Go on, mate. Oh, who would have thought Chernobyl was round about then?
we got a tiebreaker because this is my opportunity to win.
We do, but I don't think you deserve one.
As long as it's not another question about Chernobyl. I
Very
honestly
got it
didn't,
right.
I didn't have a clue.
Chernobyl.
I didn't actually know what he was
Chernobyl.
talking about when he said Chernobyl. I was like, what? Chernobyl? I thought it was a Chinese thing or Japanese.
Right.
Certainly not British.
Break question.
Sooner this is over the better, I think now.
How many elements are on the periodic table?
Neil, you're up first, mate.
It's 116. I think
I'm
there are
gonna go
more,
for-
but they haven't discovered them yet.
See, this is the thing. So I know that there's ones that they've sort of penciled in. I'm going to go for 225.
What was yours now?
116.
152.
Correct answer is 118.
Oh, Neil.
Close.
Unlucky, but
So Neil takes the quiz win. Full of drama and insults.
and mispronunciation.
Wow. I really enjoyed that. Thanks, Tom.
Yeah. Thanks.
The quiz just wouldn't be the same if someone else asked the questions, would it?
Oh,
Tom actually stopped doing it like he keeps saying every week. I'd be devastated.
I've got to be honest, it's the first time I've actually cried laughing for a while. It's Chernobyl. I've honest to God, if you watch it back, Tom, you'll see that I'm looking at you going, I genuinely don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what the Chernobyl accident or disaster was.
I always thought it was called Chernobyl.
Chernobyl. It's not. I don't know why you're fascinated by Cher.
Trying to turn back time. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, on that
If
note, I
I could
think we
turn
call
back
it.
time, I would have not bothered joining that dark group. I tell you, that's not sure. But that'll do us anyway, boys.
Let's call it.
Yeah.
Thanks again,
Thanks
Nate.
a lot,
Really
mate.
appreciate it, mate.
It's been
Been
a very interesting one.
Yes.
And
Actually, all done
well
soon.
done for destroying the two of us in the quiz.
Where I rush out.
Yeah. So I think
Right.
we've decided our next meetup's going to be Chernobyl. See you later, guys.
Chernobyl special.
Bye.
Good evening. Bye-bye. Good evening.
Good evening.